Hey, everybody. So let's take a look at this article here about this lady. She says she feels slighted. Basically, she and her, and I'm going to have to click on it again. This is kind of ridiculous. She and her husband, um, this is so stupid. She, okay, let's take a look at this article here. As you can see, it says, I feel slighted. It's an older couple. Quote, I feel slighted. My husband and I are in our 70s. We married 3 years ago. He's leaving his $1.8 million home to a 10-year-old relative. Is that normal? So they've been married for 3 years. Here's the couple. And he's leaving the $1.8 million home to a 10-year-old relative in the family. And she wants to know, is that normal? So there's a picture of the couple. I'm 73 and my husband is 76. We married 3 years ago and I moved overseas to be with them. We are in excellent health and statistically we have another 10 to 15 years of life ahead of us. I have grown children in their 40s and one grandchild in the US from a previous marriage. My European husband has two ex-wives and no children. My income is almost double what he receives from his pension, as his former wives took a considerable share, so I paid 2/3 of our living expenses. That's okay with me. It allows us to travel more and to have more fun than we would if we lived separately. So, you pay 2/3 of the bills, and that's okay with you. Your pension, your income is almost double what he receives from his pension. Wow. She says, what bothers me is that my husband's heirs to his main asset, the home we share, which is worth approximately $1.8 million, is a cousin's grandson who is now 10 years old. This is on the grounds that his child alone can carry the family name. My own estate is worth a bit more. I don't need it for income, and it will all go to my children. But I have willed my husband the lifelong use of an apartment I own, which he can rent out for extra income if I die first. He will also get half of my U.S. Social Security. I'm not eligible for a widow's pension should he die first. If I were widowed, I will move back to the U.S. to be closer to my children. I probably won't need more money, and my kids seem well enough provided for. But I feel slighted by being bypassed, especially because I changed my life around so we could be together. And now she's pretty much the provider. She pays most of the bills. Wow, so his cousin's grandson is going to get it. And her estate is worth a bit more. Let me tell you, that's the problem right there. Let me tell you my opinion. This is what a lot of men do. He's been divorced twice. So, more than likely, by him being divorced twice, more than likely, guess what? He has probably, he's paid out to the other wives. Let me tell you, and I've heard this by conversation, what some men do. Number one, this might people get married for different reasons. Marriage is business. This is probably, in my opinion, a marriage relating to business and companionship. Doesn't want to be alone. Now, he has someone his age. Well, if he were to get somebody who's younger, more than likely the younger person, woman, is going to want him to come up with some assets. And that tells me he's been married twice. He may feel some type of way about it. He may call himself, oh no, I've already paid two women. I sure as heck, a third one is not going to come up off me. Number two, you have more assets than he does. You have more than he, so he might figure, oh, she don't need it. But the fact that you're paying most of the bills here, 2/3 of the bills, because you make more money, He's leaving it to a cousin. People may say only married 3 years, but look, she's providing for him. She's providing for him right now by paying the majority of the bills. Yes, she's providing for him by paying the majority of the bills. In case she dies, he's going to get half of her social security, and she's leaving him real estate, an apartment he can lease out. You're getting nothing. You are carrying a man. See, life is business. When I saw this, the first thing that hit my mind is this right here. He may be one of those men that might be still bitter about the prior divorces of having to pay out to those two women. So in his mind, he may figure, oh no, something happens to me, I'm not paying out for a third. Oh no. Most men would have pride, especially when they have some means. They don't want their woman paying the bills. Most men that have money, I haven't seen a rich man yet that has money want his woman paying half the bills. Most of them are like, not that I've known a whole lot of them, they handle things. So it is possible he might find himself being just a little bit bitter. Believe it or not, even though it has nothing to do with her, it wouldn't surprise me that he might find himself being a little bit bitter about those first two marriages. And he may call himself, so this time around, no, I need someone to help me. Ergo, she's paying for the majority of those bills. See, people get married for different reasons. And sometimes these men, it's not uncommon. I've heard of this. I've heard people talk about it. They will hold a grudge. Oh, no, I had to do this. Now it's my time. So now you come to find out, I don't care even if she does have more and they've been married a short time. She is already providing for him. What is he providing for her? Looks like nothing. So in the house that they share, if he dies first, and men typically die first than women. That's just the way it is. If he dies first, newsflash, be ready to pack up. Be ready to pack up. He's going to get, she's pretty much like a provider. Half of her social security and an apartment. If he dies first, you're going to have to move and get out. He's providing nothing for you. Well, you already have more. It doesn't matter. He's providing nothing for you. That's why it's always sometimes good to have a little stash somewhere that, hey, it's called a meat stash just in case. But see, the good thing for her is that now you know. Why can he leave the kid maybe like some life insurance, any other asset? But he's leaving the 10-year-old, his cousin's child, his home. Again, some women, I keep telling you that sometimes these men don't like us. They don't want to be alone. They need somebody to take care of in case something goes wrong. And I think that she's the one. And he just happened to land across one that has some assets. That's what I really and truly think. He has landed across one that has some assets. Jackpot. But what's in it for her? He has no children. He can't even do a 50-50. Or can he have it in there? Well, that in the event that he dies, that you get to, in each state, this is I'm not sure where they are. He can have it in his will that in the event that he dies first, that she gets to live there for the remainder of her life. He can't even grant you that. See, he might be a little bitter about what happened. Believe it or not, it's a whole new relationship. He might be a little bitter about what happened with the first two women and having to shell out to him. And this time, I ain't shelling out. What I would suggest that she does. This may be what you know. It may be shocking what you don't know. May want to get a forensic accountant because it may be more behind the scenes. He can't even have it in there where, in the event that he dies first, she can stay in the home until her demise. So if he goes first, be ready to get out. He might be carrying baggage from those prior two marriages. Oh no, he might be carrying emotional baggage from those prior two marriages. It's not about a love thing. Because a man that loves you and can provide, even a man that likes you and can provide, they're going to do it. Sitting up here, my part of the bills. Say what now? Here's my part of the bills. Uh-uh. Not when they've got it like that. So this here, I think this is a man, he just married to, for companionship, wants someone to be there for him in case he gets sick. But he has shown you, you're pretty much the provider for now, and he's not providing you with anything. Girl, where's your suitcase? I would suggest a forensic accountant because there may be some things that he's not telling you. He may be still harboring a little anger over those first two women having to pay out, and they ain't paying out again. It wouldn't surprise me if this older dude might be potentially hiding some money. He may have assets someplace else. May have assets some. He may have a trust and believe you don't know about. But men typically die first, so if he goes first, you're gonna have to go pop pop, start packing your stuff. A 10-year-old, and don't forget, a 10-year-old is probably in a trust. And if it's not in a trust or a 10-year-old, you do understand a 10-year-old is a child. The kid is not going to be controlling things, ma'am. You know this. It's going to be the managing conservator, aka the parent of the child, that's going to have control of that house. You do understand that. So he may be clever, trying to be clever. Instead of, I'm leaving it to my cousin. Rich people try to be real slick, extra slick. Oh, I'm leaving it to a child, so maybe you won't buck up at that. Sweetheart, you think the child gonna be calling the shots? He's not. He's not. The parent is. The parent is gonna be the one that's gonna be calling the shots. Not the 10-year-old kid. Really? Whoever the child or the parent is, darling, that's who's gonna have the control of that asset. So this might be a little slick Willie move on his part. He might be Dusty Dan, the thinking man. So say it's gonna go up under him, a child, and you go, oh, it's a kid. What I can't, the hell I couldn't. Read between the lines. That might be a word to keep you there, and then you'll feel bad because, well, it's a 10-year-old child to keep the family's name. A 10-year-old child might be a way for you not to try to want to discuss it or say, hey, let's go ahead and have a conversation. Because you don't want to take an asset from a child. Sweetheart, if he goes before you, the asset is going to be controlled by the parent of the child unless they have a trust. Slick Willie thinking, but I can see through it. So this here, you may want to have a forensic accountant. He may have other assets that you are not cognizant of, and then you sit there, you might think that you had a bulk of it. Maybe right now you just know what he's telling you. Let me know what you all think. Again, life is business, so it's marriage. This here is not about, in my opinion, oh, I love you so much, because a man that loves you, they're going to come up with something to leave you. And it's not, you're going to already know before they go. That's how most businessmen do. And no, I don't know every single one, but I sure as hell been around one. I've been around a couple. Relationships, what have you. I know a little something. You don't have to worry. What did that man say? They got a lot of, black women in their interracial relationships, and you can tell that they've been provided for a while. The chicks are all relaxed. They're not sitting up all hyped up. Oh, what is I'm going to do? Oh. And in this economy, I'm telling you, things are tight. They already know what time it is. They can rest easy knowing. So your man, he got you a vacation home. So you got a regular home and a vacation home? Wow. Uh-huh. Men of assets? That's not here. No, they're insulted by a woman paying. Are you kidding? Men with assets, they're insulted. Even if it's, oh, I got it, they might just tell you, you might be used to 50-50. Yet with me, you don't ever pull your wallet out. That's embarrassing to me. Please don't do that. But see, 50-50, oh my goodness. And see, once you go, 50-50 like that, you'll never want to go back. This right here, I think, girl, I think he got some emotional issues about those two divorces. He probably paid them out real well. He might be on that, I'm not doing it again. This might be his time. Don't forget, these dudes be tricky. This might be his time to try to recoup on the last chick because he met at the previous two chicks. And you with him, you going to get the hit. He might see you as a lick, and I ain't leaving or nothing. You got to think. She paying most of these bills, and I'm not leaving her nothing. But hey, you're married, you got a man. There are men out there like that. I'm trying to tell you. So this said, where's your daughter? You need to, ma'am, get a forensic accountant. Read between the lines. You really think it's all about the child to carry on the name, man? Again, when the man dies, the child not gonna be calling the shots. It's a 10-year-old. It's gonna be the cousin, the parent. Mm-hmm. That's who will control that house until the child is an adult. He's leaving you nothing. It's not about that. I just have a question. Why are you there? You don't need him. I guess I understand it's companionship. People get married for different reasons. But this here, you got to watch some of these people. When they get older, doesn't matter, older or younger, they feel some type of way. So they might call themselves, oh yeah, I'm going to find me somebody now. I'm going to go ahead and get over. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hashtag, he might be older, but he might be a get over Grover. Anyway, let me know what you all think about the situation. 73. Good luck, lady. And I'm out.